The 1-cent coin from 1996 may appear small and ordinary at first glance, but it carries with it a fascinating story of history, design, value, and the evolution of US currency. In this video, we will take a closer look at the 1996 Lincoln 1-cent coin, explore its background, understand why collectors show interest in it, and learn about the eras, varieties, and value that make some of these coins surprisingly valuable today. So make sure to watch until the end. You might just discover that the pennies, sitting in your pocket or coin jar, could be worth far more than 1 cent. Let's begin with a bit of historical context. The Lincoln cent has been in circulation since 1909. It replaced the Indian head cent and was issued to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. This made it the first U.S. circulating coin to feature a real historical figure rather than a symbolic image. The original design, used from 1909 to 1958, displayed wheat stalks on the reverse, earning the nickname Wheat Penny. In 1959, to honor the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, the reverse design was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial. This design continued for 50 years until 2008, meaning the 1996 penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial series. Now let's look closely at the 1996 edition. The obverse of the coin features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Above Lincoln's head is the inscription, "In God We Trust." To his left is the word, "Liberty," and on the right side is the date, 1996, below the date, depending on where the coin was minted. You may find a mint mark letter, D for Denver or S for San Francisco. If there is no mint mark, then the coin was minted in Philadelphia. On the reverse, you will find the image of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., designed by Frank Gasparo. The words United States of America arch across the top. 1 cent is written at the bottom, and the phrase E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one, appears above the memorial. If you look closely with a magnifying glass, you can even spot a tiny statue of Abraham Lincoln inside the memorial design, a detail that many people don't notice. Next, let's talk about the composition of the 1996 penny. Many people assume all pennies are made of copper, but that changed in 1982. Before 1982, pennies were mostly copper, but due to increasing copper prices, the US Mint switched to a cheaper metal core. Therefore, the 1996 penny is made of 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper coating. It weighs 2.5 grams and has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. This zinc core is important because it affects how the coin ages. These pennies can corrode or develop bubbles under the copper surface, something collectors call zinc rot. Now, how many 1-cent coins were made in 1996? The year 1996 saw a very high production of pennies. The Philadelphia Mint produced around 6.6 billion coins. The Denver Mint produced about 7.7 billion. And the San Francisco Mint released proof coins only for collectors, totaling around 2.5 million coins. Because the total mintage was so high, the 1996 penny is not considered rare in general circulation. However, condition matters greatly, and certain varieties or mint eras can give these coins premium value. Let's focus on coin conditions for a moment. A circulated 1996 penny, the kind you find in pocket change, usually, holds a value of just 1 cent. But an uncirculated one, especially graded MS or mint state by a grading organization, can be worth much more. For example, a 1996 penny graded MS65 might sell for a few dollars, while one graded MS67 or higher can sell for $50, $100, and sometimes even more depending on collector demand. The record price for the nicest looking 1996 penny ever sold at auction reached several $100s because it was in exceptionally perfect condition. This tells us that even modern coins can be valuable if they are preserved in a high grade. Now come the most exciting part for collectors: errors and varieties. Minting errors happen when something goes wrong during production, and collectors love them because they are rare and unique. Some valuable 1996 penny errors include off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing because the coin was not aligned properly when stamped. The more off-center the image is, especially if the date remains visible, the more valuable the coin can become. Another valuable error is the double die error, where elements of the coin's design appear doubled, usually visible in the lettering or the date. Although the 1996 penny is not known for a major, famous double die like some older pennies, some minor doubling varieties exist and are worth checking for. You can also find die cracks, die chips, and cuds. These are breaks or chips in the metal die that leave raised marks on the coin. On the reverse side, look especially around the roof of the Lincoln Memorial or the lettering. As tiny die chips, they can sell for a few dollars to collectors. One more interesting variety is the 1996 wide AM or close AM variety. Although it is not as common as in some other years, collectors compare the spacing between the letters A and M in the word America to determine whether it's a special variety. What about proof coins? The coins minted in San Francisco marked with an S mint mark are proof coins. These were not made for circulation but for collectors. Proof pennies have a mirror-like finish, detailed strikes, and sharper features. A 1996 proof penny can be worth a few dollars, and in perfect proof 70 condition, it can reach higher prices at auctions. Now that we know about the background, composition, mintage, condition, and errors, the next big question is, should you keep or collect 1996 pennies? The answer is yes, especially if you find uncirculated or error coins. The majority of 1996 pennies in circulation are worth face value. But if you come across a shiny, untouched penny, separate it from the rest. Store it safely in a coin holder or airtight coin capsule to prevent oxidation and preserve its quality. If you enjoy coin collecting, a good idea is to collect a set of Lincoln Memorial pennies from 1959 to 2008. You'll have a full historical series ending before the design changed to the Lincoln Bicentennial coins and the Union Shield reverse. As we come to the conclusion of our video, the 1996 1-cent coin may not be the rarest penny, but it carries historical importance, interesting design details, and potential value through errors and high-grade specimens. What makes coin collecting exciting is that treasures can appear in the most unexpected places, even in a coin worth just 1 cent. So next time you receive, change or spot an old jar of coins at home, take a moment to look closely. You might just find a hidden gem waiting to be discovered. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, please give it a like. Subscribe to the channel for more coin-related content, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you have any 1996 pennies in your collection? Have you ever found a valuable error coin? I would love to hear your stories. Until then, keep collecting, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next video.